going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Kaged Review, and this is a review for WWE SmackDown for July 16th, 2019. Kicks off right away with Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, and guards. And it's essentially Shane McMahon is trying to bar Kevin Owens from the building. Shane McMahon then starts his town hall meeting where he brings all the wrestlers out on stage, and he does this bit where he gives them a chance to talk, but he doesn't really give everybody a chance to talk. It was honestly a complete waste of time. The Shane McMahon bit has just run stale. He doesn't have his dad's charisma on the microphone or in the ring, and it doesn't work. It just does not work. I like Shane McMahon. I think he's great. He's a hell of an athlete. He's a hell of a risk taker when it comes to his wrestling matches. I'm actually a big fan of Shane O'Mac, but at the end of the day, this has just run its course. Then you have Kevin Owens comes out, stuns Shane McMahon. There you go. And then you get Aleister Black versus Cesaro. This is an Extreme Rules rematch. I thought the first match between these two was really, really good, and this one was no exception. Very good match, really hard hitting. At the end of the day, Aleister Black wins again. So it was good. They're building up Black, which I really like. Cesaro has definitely got to help him do that. I wish Cesaro was higher up, but I really like it. I mean, it was good. Then you got backstage Dolph Ziggler, Shane O'Mac bit, and I think this is where Dolph Ziggler was trying to get Shane to let Kevin Owens come back so that they could have a match. And Shane says, if you can do it, you got the match. And then you get Charlotte versus Liv Morgan. Haven't seen Liv Morgan in a while in the ring, and it was kind of cool to see her get back in the ring. And I liked it, man. I thought she did just fine. She held her own against Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte Flair is a damn good wrestler. At the end of the day, Charlotte does pick up the win, so not anything you wouldn't expect. Then you get a parking lot Dolph Ziggler bit with a referee, and he was telling the referee to go get Kevin Owens, basically. So not anything big there. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville then take on Ember Moon and Bayley. They've been messing with Ember Moon quite a bit and Carmella quite a bit, so I'm not entirely sure how Bayley got thrown into the mix. Whatever. They're just making a match, I guess. Ember and Bayley get the win. And that's about as much as I can say. It was a decent match. Nothing really spectacular about it. Then you get Bayley, Ember Moon. They have a promo. Bayley says that Ember Moon can have a shot at the SmackDown Women's Championship. Actually, I think she's the Raw Women's Champion. And so that's their match. It's Bayley versus Ember Moon for the belt coming up at SummerSlam. Then you get a backstage Shinsuke Nakamura interview. He gets interrupted by Ali. Really not much to say there either, to be honest. It looks like they were trying to build up a Nakamura-Ali feud for a second, and it didn't go anywhere. So then you get a New Day promo. They get interrupted by Daniel Bryan, Eric Rowan, Samoa Joe, Elias, Randy Orton. So it basically turns into New Day versus Randy Orton, Elias, and Samoa Joe. Randy Orton, Elias, and Samoa Joe win. And this kind of sets the stage for Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. Backstage, you get R-Truth, Carmella bit. They've all been funny. Let's face it, the 24/7 bits have been hilarious, for the most part, throughout. Then you get the Iconics versus Asuka Kairi Sane match that we've all been waiting for, thinking that Asuka and Kairi Sane were actually going to get the belts. The Iconics take off, win by countout. Well, Asuka and Kairi Sane win because the Iconics left, so they win by countout. And I thought that was just weak. I'm not a big fan of the Iconics at all. I've never have been. They're just not good. And at the end of the day, we needed new champions. Then you get Andrade with Selena versus Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews gets the win. For the talent that these two have, I would have thought it would have been a better match. That's just my opinion. It is what it is. Then you get Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. He comes back. And of course you have Shane McMahon, Drew McIntyre, Elias, the B Team, Shinsuke Nakamura, Shelton Benjamin. They all are there. They all come out. And it doesn't really do anything, honestly. They all try to jump Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gets a stunner on Shane McMahon, and that's kind of where they leave the show. So honestly, overall, it was a pretty weak show, in my opinion. They had a really good match with Cesaro and Aleister Black. Really good match. And I thought that Charlotte versus Liv Morgan was pretty decent, too. But I don't know, man. Like, there was a lot of this stuff that I haven't really been feeling. And it's unfortunate because at some point through all this, Raw really starts to pick up. And it takes SmackDown a lot longer to pick up, I noticed. But because of the two really good matches in there, and there were, a couple other things that I did like in there, like the 24/7 bit, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I feel like that this was still a pretty weak show. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. And at the end of the day, I was still waiting for new blood to make this something good again, and it just wasn't happening. They still had some of the biggest problems that they've had, throughout the last several months. So yeah, dude, 4 out of 10, that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackwitz, Kaged Nation out.